Hi, I'm Dr. Kathy Maupin. I'm the medical director and founder of BioBalance for Women and BioBalance Health. Today I have Sandi Redhage, my nurse practitioner who's been with me the longest, 12 years with me today to talk to you. Welcome, Sandi.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And you could talk for hours, but
I could talk for hours.
First thing I want to know is how did you take care of your parents? Your parents are in their 80s?
My parents are 84 and 87 as of this month, and I remember my mother having hysterectomy when I was very young, and always suffering chronic headaches, being fatigued, probably depression, although she would never admit to that. And when I started working for you and we started doing pellets, I became interested in doing that for my mother. So after watching it for a few years and deciding, hey, this is a good thing, I put pellets in my mother 5 years ago.
How old was she then?
Well, she was 79.
Wow.
And so she will tell you today, and she told me then, she feels better now at 84 than she has felt since 40, since her hysterectomy.
Wonderful. That's amazing.
It is amazing. She's still fully functioning and drives.
Lives on her own.
Absolutely. She just bought a new car. She said she wanted a V6 for the power. She needs the power.
I didn't know that.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, she just went to her primary care doctor the other day and for a physical, and he told her that he was going to have to change everything he normally did, because people that come to him that are in their 80s, he doesn't talk to them about colonoscopies anymore, doesn't talk about bone densities anymore, because they're in the last years of their life. And he told her, he said, I look at you and I think I should still be offering you these things.
Right.
Yes.
He should.
Because she has nothing wrong with her.
That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing at almost any age,
yes,
but that's truly
no
amazing.
hypertension, no high cholesterol. Her bones are perfect at 84 years old.
Wow, and testosterone's a bone builder as well as the estradiol, so
absolutely.
She's set for the rest of her life.
Absolutely. She walks every day, maintains her own house, which is bigger than mine, unfortunately for me.
Well, tell me about your dad, because your dad had surgery before he did pellets, and he was not doing very well.
No, my father had his 4th knee replacement 2.5 years ago, and he had been struggling for many years with the orthopedic issues and really losing his physical strength. So 2.5 years ago, having his 4th knee replacement, he became really incapacitated and had to use a walker. And he was becoming increasingly depressed because he was having trouble getting up and down off the toilet. He was having trouble getting out of bed to go to the bathroom, and all those things we experience as children with aging parents.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
It is, and it was a sad thing because my father is still 100% in his mind, and so we sat down and we had a long conversation, and I know you had a conversation with him as well, and just talked about the risks and the benefits, and the fact that there's really not a lot of 80-something-year-old people saying, I want to do testosterone therapy now, and so he decided, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and he is now does not even use a cane.
I know he was in a wheelchair, and you were having trouble worrying about whether his house would suit a wheelchair, and then and he was trying to just get to a walker.
Yes.
But within months of doing the pellets, he was back to walker, then cane, then nothing.
Sure, he uses nothing now. We went
and
out.
How old is he now?
He's 87. He just had his
He's our oldest patient.
Yes, 87th birthday, the 11th of this month. We went out to dinner on Saturday night, and he imbibed in a little bit of white wine, a little bit of red wine, and
well, we allow that.
Yes, absolutely. But had a great time and enjoys his life. He walks every day as well as my mother. They have a little puppy that they walk every day.
It has to help their relationship.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Even though you don't want to think about that because you're the daughter.
No, I don't want to hear about that. They still fight every day, which is what they've done for 60-some-odd years.
Okay,
so
well, then it's back to health and normality.
It's
normalcy.
Normalcy, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know you see a lot of patients who are changed. I know that you were really feeling not so hot when we first started this, and you took pellets.
Sure.
And now you are awesome.
Feeling better every day.
Yeah.
I was 39 when I started pellets. I'm 47 now.
You look better now than you did then.
I think I do, absolutely. But I used to run 4 miles a day and really had great energy, felt wonderful, slept well, but between 35 and 40 something happened and I stopped sleeping well and I really lost the ability to run. I started walking and I couldn't walk 4 miles. and I got to the point where I was walking less than a mile every day, and I thought, I just don't understand what's happening to my body at such a young age.
And sometimes that happens early, and you
Sure.
were looking at your parents at that stage going, they're pretty good, so.
Yeah, so what's happening with me?
And you have to live all that time.
Yes.
That means you're going to live to be 90 or 95.
I hope so. I'd like to.
Because they live that long. You want to live well.
Absolutely, I want to live
and
well.
Healthy and look beautiful.
Yes. Well, I feel better every day, and I do think I look better every day. And 100 years ago, the average lifespan of a woman was 47 years, and here I am,
right.
47, and I feel like I'm still in the spring of my life. I don't feel like I'm headed towards the late summer or fall.
You're not.
No. So,
I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah.
So some of the people that we see have the most amazing stories. That's what makes it so wonderful to do what we do.
Yes.
Because you've been doing this, you know so much about hormones. I mean, you bring me information, we go down the path, we investigate it, and
Sure.
and we add new things to our treatments.
Sure.
And I love that. I love that you're so innovative and you know all the physiology and everything. So the patients don't have to know that.
Right.
They don't have to know the physiology unless they want to, and then
Sure.
we'll explain it.
Yes.
However, when they come in and tell you, I had this and now I'm better and I'm back and
Right.
I don't have chronic fatigue or I don't have fibromyalgia. Do you have any, can you think of any stories recently of people that have just come in and had their lives changed?
Well, it was that one person I had her bring you the letter in, who
Yeah.
she and her husband on a Saturday afternoon were in the bathtub, and they had just had some alone time in the bathtub,
Yeah.
and they were sitting there together drinking a glass of wine on Saturday afternoon, and her husband, he leaned back in the tub and he looked at her and he goes, I love Dr. Maupin. And so the patient came and told me this story, and I said, I'd really love for your husband to write that down, and you could bring it in to Dr. Maupin, because she was going to see you for her yearly in a few weeks, and she did. And you know, here's this couple who are approaching 60, and they're having this wonderful Saturday afternoon. I mean, these are things we do in our 20s. We think when we're in our 40s, 50s, and 60s, we're not going to have those bathtub moments.
That's good. It's good for you too. I mean,
It
you
is.
should. I mean, sex is a gift.
Sure.
And if you're in a marriage and that's gone away, you've lost the gift that you were given. And
Absolutely.
It's no one's fault. It just has to be something physiologic that we have to repair.
Sure, but
or
just
replace.
that fun together, having a good time together.
And when
like,
the kids are out of the house,
sure, wanting to do
you don't
the
have
same
to worry
things.
about that stuff.
You know, so many women come in and they say, I just am not interested in my husband. I don't want to sit in the
But I
bathtub
love
with
him,
him.
but
I
I'm
love
not
him,
interested.
but I
It's
don't
not-
want to do that. And that's, you know, it's fun to enjoy each other again.
It really is. And that's one of the, I love that letter too. She's amazing. So how do patients come to us from all over the country, all over the world, and get to our office, and the process that they have to go through in case we need to educate everybody at home about how you can see them and how I can see them and bring them back to normal?
Well, obviously the internet is the most patient-friendly site, and we have a wonderful website, which of course you designed, and it was wonderful.
Armando and I designed it.
Yes, and you can get on there and you can read all the articles, you can look at videos, and you can even contact us on the internet. For people that aren't so internet savvy, we do have some written information that's given out in the office, and you can call and you can request, and we'll send it to you. Once you decide, hey, I think that this is for me, you've read it, you understand it, you decide, I need this, because obviously some people don't. Let's not fix what's not broken, and there are people that feel wonderful and they need nothing. But for those people who want a better quality of life, they can either request call on the internet or they can call on the telephone. And we have our nurse Susie who calls everyone back and screens them and does a very thorough job getting their information. The people are then sent for laboratory blood work, and once the blood work's back and everything's reviewed by you, then we deem that person an acceptable candidate and they come in for a consultation. The women can see either you or myself, our Laurie Sills, the other nurse practitioner. At this time we have the men obviously only seeing you. And so it's, you know, really within 2 to 4 weeks we typically can have them in with an appointment and pelleted per se.
Yeah, and they can start on their new life.
Absolutely, they can start on their new life.
So we use the internet a lot.
Yes.
We try to use that for sending out information, reminders, things
Right.
like that for our
Yes.
patients. But it's not required. We also use the telephone and
Right.
communicating with our patients is so important.
Right.
Because we need, not many things are emergencies in what we do, but
Yes.
lots of things have to be explained, and we do that several different ways, but I think in a really good manner, and I think most people's questions are answered.
Right.
Every time we get a different question, I try to put it on our frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
It's getting to be this huge list, so if there are questions, then our patients can just go read that and see if their question's already been answered.
Absolutely.
In detail. So
I really like to give the patients I see my email address, and you know, it's such a good way for them to email me and say, hey, I have a question about this, and then I can just respond really rather quickly. I print it out, put it in their chart. Some people obviously don't like email, and so
we do whatever they like.
Yeah, we do whatever they like. If they want to email me and say, hey, give me a call, we can do that, or they may just prefer to call me at the office, and I'll give them a call back typically that day. So I think people are really pleased with the TLC that they get. They get a lot of,
I think they are too,
personalized service.
One last thing, and that is we have a laser in our office that has capacity for doing 5 different procedures for all different kinds of skin problems. And we use the pixel laser on you.
Absolutely, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome. So could you just give me a brief summary of what it did for your skin and your face?
Well, I was beginning to get the nasolabial folds, the marionette lines, and I could see that coming, and I had been talking to a plastic surgeon and thinking about getting some injections, and I've gotten a little bit of Botox for a number of years. Just a small amount. I was considering doing that, but I thought, you know, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know that that's the look that I want. And that was about the time you began doing the pixel. And so I've had 2 treatments of my face and my neck. And yes, I don't need any more injections.
No, that's great. It looks more natural.
It's completely plumped this area. And really, I think I'm pretty wrinkle-free.
Yeah. You are. And resurfaced your skin as well.
Absolutely.
Which tightens it up. The pixel, the testosterone helps us with more collagen.
Yes.
But the pixel helps pull our skin in and pull our face in. I've had pixel several times, and then I had a lot of brown spots on my face, and so I've also used the IPL treatment that we had to bring the brown spots, which are all pre-cancer, to the surface, and then it peels off, and it's gone.
Yes.
So you can start all over again with baby skin. And then damage it some more. No, I mean, unfortunately, I love to go out in the sun, so we just take care of the damage as soon after it occurs as possible.
Well, I have rosacea, as you know, and the IPL was wonderful for me, and that's something that I will always have, and I can just do the pixel a couple times a year, and it just keeps my rosacea at bay, so I'm just as happy with that as well.
Well, I'm glad you were here today to explain everything to our patients, and then also so that you could tell them how to get a hold of us.
Sure.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you need more information about BioBalance Health or BioBalance Pellets, visit us at biobalancehealth.com or call us at 314-993-0963.